This is On Point with Miss Britt, and I'm bringing y'all this week's sports updates. And let's start it off with March Madness. Let's go. So March Madness is this weekend, the women's tournament and the men's tournament, the NCAA tournament. So first, last week I had mentioned to y'all the number one seeds for the women's tournament, and just in case you missed it, so the number one seeds going into the NCAA women's tournament is South Carolina, Indiana, Stanford, and Virginia Tech. So let me know what y'all think. Of course, South Carolina was given their undefeated, so I wasn't surprised about that. Stanford, they've been solid this season. Indiana, that's a little bit of a surprise. And then Virginia Tech, they came out of nowhere. Now, let me just tell y'all, I filled out a bracket. I only filled out one. Usually I do an upset bracket. I'll probably get on later today and do an upset bracket. But my final four predictions for the women are South Carolina, Stanford, LSU, and UConn. Let me know what y'all's predictions are for the women's tournament. And then I believe I had South Carolina and UConn in a rematch in the championship. So the deadline for the women's brackets is Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you get those in. I did mine on Yahoo, but you can do it on ESPN. You can do it on Yahoo. You can print out brackets. Okay, so the NCAA men's tournament, we had the number one seeds as Alabama, Purdue, Houston, and Kansas. And my final four predictions for the men, do not judge, is Arizona, Marquette, Miami, and Kansas. Do not ask how I came up with that. That's just what it's going to be. And I'm curious to see. At first, I had UCLA in there, but I don't trust them. So I took them out. And matter of fact, I'm not too confident about this Final Four either, to be honest. And I know some people got Duke up in there, but I don't trust Duke either. I'm sorry, I don't. Even though they've been getting hot at the last minute. But so if you're wondering why Duke's missing or why UCLA is missing, I just have a bad feeling. And also, I never really pick a number one seed ever. And Purdue, no, they're shaky. Houston couldn't even win their conference title. Oh, I do have one number one seed, Kansas. I mean, they won last year. Okay, so the deadline for the men's bracket is tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's the updates that I have for the tournament, but please follow along. I'll be posting all weekend on my sports page, updates on the tournament, and then also I'll do a video next week to see how my bracket is doing. And like I said, I'm going to do another bracket, like an upset bracket. So I'll let you know how both are doing on men's and women's. All right, now let's get into the craziness this week. We had the trades. We had NFL free agency. So let's hop into it now. There was so much going on. I cannot sit up here and report every single thing. So I'm just going to point out the stuff that I was like, whoa, this is some big moves. And then you can just check in with other stuff that's going on. All right, so first I'm going to start off with the Bears trading their number one pick to Carolina for a number 9 pick, a number 61 pick, first round pick in 2024, second round pick in 2025, as well as DJ Moore. So that is what the Bears acquired for their number one pick. And now that the Panthers got the number one pick in the draft, it is being projected that they may go for CJ Stroud. So right now, CJ Stroud is like the front runner to be the number one pick. So we'll see how that turns out. Obviously, the draft is next month. Okay, former Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, he finally signed with the Saints, a 4-year, $150 million deal with $100 million in guarantees. Then we had former Rams corner Jalen Ramsey. He got traded to the Dolphins, and the Rams, they get a 2023 third-round pick, and they got tight end Hunter Long. Former 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, he is headed to the Raiders on a 3-year, $67.5 million deal with $34 million guaranteed. Now, this right here blew my mind, like with the Bengals. I know they probably don't have enough money to re-sign because they still got to do Joe Burrow's deal. But still, this just is so crazy. So the Bengals, they let Von Bell go. Safety Von Bell. And Von Bell is headed to the Panthers on a 3-year, $22.5 million deal with $13 million in guarantee. They also let go of their other safety, Jesse Bates, and he's headed to the Falcons on a 4-year, $64.02 million with $23 million in year 1 and then $36 million in the first 2 years. So I'm shocked they let go both of them. And they still kept Eli Apple. I know the fan base is going crazy. Like, I know y'all was hoping they was getting rid of him. And then they let go of running back P. Ryan. He's going to the Broncos. So that really blew me. I was so shocked. Like, those are playmakers, you know. I know a lot of fans was complaining about Bates, but like Von Bell, y'all let Von Bell go? And I guess it's time to, you know, bring some fresh blood in to try to win that Super Bowl. All right, so then the 49ers, they reached a 1-year deal with former Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold. He is now going to be reunited with Christian McCaffrey. How funny is that? Okay, and then the Saints, they reconstructed Michael Thomas's deal. He has $10 million for 1 year with a max value of $15 million. And then my New York Giants, we sent a 3rd-round pick to get Raiders tight end Darren Waller, which is a really good pick up, just as long as he stays healthy. And actually, thank you, Chiefs, for sending that 3rd-round pick for Kadarius Toney. So, full circle, we pretty much traded Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller. So, as long as Darren Waller stays healthy, we gonna be good. That was a good move. And for a 3rd-round pick, woo, Raiders, y'all dumb. All right, the Colts, they traded 5-time Pro Bowler corner Stephon Gilmore to the Cowboys for a 5th-round pick, which that's a nice pickup for them. You know, him and Trayvon Diggs. We'll see how that goes. I'm not scared, though. And then the Cowboys, they plan to release Ezekiel Elliott, which is, that's sad for them, I guess. But anyways, NFC East looking real competitive. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for us to make some more moves. We definitely gonna have to get some receivers, but I'm gonna chill for right now. But I will say the Cowboys defense, they looking real strong right now. I ain't even gonna hate, but I still ain't scared. All right, moving on. So the Eagles, they re-signed their quarter James Bradbury to 3-year, $38 million with $20 million guaranteed and then $6 million in incentives. But then on the other side of this, they clearly didn't have enough money to re-sign everybody. They let go Darius Slay. That was announced today. So we'll see where Darius Slay ends up. I'm like, hey, come over here. Come to the Giants. I don't care if we ain't got no money. Come to the Giants. All right. Also leaving the Eagles is defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. He's going to the 49ers. Linebacker TJ Edwards is going to the Bears. And then safety Marcus Epps is going to the Raiders. So the Eagles lost a lot on defense. Today also was announced that Baker Mayfield is headed to Tampa Bay on a 1-year deal worth up to $8.5 million. And then last but not least, this whole Aaron Rodgers fiasco. So Aaron Rodgers intends on playing for the Jets. New York and Green Bay, they just need to work out the trade compensation. And then this dude, he sent a wish list. So Aaron Rodgers' wish list of free agents are Randall Cobb, Lazard, which they already made that trade already. They already got Lazard, and tight end Lewis. First of all, that's your people at Green Bay. And I do recall last year he was saying that the receivers weren't catching the ball, and that's why he was having issues. And now you're trying to bring the Packers, turn New York Jets into New York Packers, and then also add Odell Beckham Jr. to the mix. And I'm like, what about Garrett Wilson? What about Elijah Moore? Like, you have some solid young receivers already. I'm not understanding that, but whatever, they gonna do anything to get him over there. So I was not understanding that. And like I said, they already signed Lazard to a 4-year, $44 million deal. So that's one of the people on his wish list. But they don't need nobody else. They really don't. I think they solid already. So we'll tune in for more of that. We'll see how this all transpires because and how much the Jets got to give up to get Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how that all plays out. Okay, so I'm done with talking about the free agency stuff. So I'm moving on to some boxing updates for all my boxing fans. So next month, remember Tank and Ryan Garcia face off at T-Mobile Arena April 22nd. Then we got Devin Haney and Lomachenko finalizing a fight for May 20th in Vegas for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship. Then we got Stephen Fulton versus Inoue May 7th in Yokohama, Japan for Fulton's Unified 122-pound championship. And then Tyson Fury and Usyk are closing a deal for Undisputed Heavyweight Championship April 29th at London's Wembley Stadium. And then we got Caleb Plant to face David Benavidez in super middleweight bout March 25th at MGM Grand, Las Vegas. So a lot of good fights coming up the end of this month, next month, and May. So that's 3 months of great fights. And if there's any other ones that I forgot, I'll make sure to bring them up next week. And then also don't forget NFL Draft, Kansas City, April 27th to the 29th. As the draft gets closer, I'll talk more about that and who's projected to go where. And also, I would like to hear y'all's thoughts on your team and who do y'all need to draft. And y'all already know who my Giants need to draft. We need to look for some receivers. We need to look for some dudes to beat some on the offensive line. I think that's all we need is like offensive weapons, to be honest. I think we might maybe draft a corner. I say draft a corner too. All right, so that's all the updates I got for y'all this week. I will keep track of the brackets. Let me know who y'all's Final Four are. Let me know what is the biggest surprise that you have seen during this free agency. And make sure you follow my Instagram _pointsport614, as well as my YouTube page, which is the same thing. And hit the like and subscribe button. And with that being said, I'm out.